Good morning, students. Today's class we will see about the nursing research May 2016. The first question was define nursing research, briefly discuss the step of nursing research process and need for a nursing research. Warwick and Beck in 2004 defined systematic inquiry designed to develop knowledge about issues of importance to the nursing profession, including nursing practice, education, administration, and informatics. Burns and Dove in 2005 defined nursing research as a scientific process that validates and refines existing knowledge and generates new knowledge that directly, indirectly influence the clinical nursing practice. Trees and Trees in 1973 researched an attempt to gain solutions to earth problems in collection of data in a rigorously controlled situation for the purpose of prediction or explanation. Burst in 1968 state that research is a formal, systematic and intensive process of carrying on a specific analysis for the purpose of discovery and development of an organized body of knowledge. Steps of nursing research, the concept quantitative research and inquiry to an identified problem based on testing theory composed of variables measured with numbers and analyzing using statistical technique. The research process in a systematic way to find knowledge through the scientific examination of data, empirical testing of hypotheses. These activities involve 5 phases with 18 steps. First is conceptual phase. It have the formulating, delimiting the problem, review of literature, undertaking of the clinical or the field work, developing conceptual framework, formulating hypotheses or assumptions. The second, it is design and planning phase, selecting research approach or design, developing intervention protocol, specifying or identifying the population, designing sampling plan, developing tool for data collection, establishing ethical consideration, finalizing research plan like reviews the plan, test, retest, check reliability of tools, submit the proposal. The empirical phase include data collection, preparing data for analysis. The analytical phase include analyzing the data, interpretation of data, dissemination of data, and communicate the findings and utilize the findings in practice. Need for nursing research. Overall, need for nursing research in nursing is to build the body of knowledge for continuous growth of the nursing profession, helps nursing to achieve its own professional identity, helps to identify the boundaries of nursing, to define the parameters of nursing for cost containment practice, to mold attitude and intellectual competence and technical skills, filling the gaps in knowledge and practice, fostering the commitment, accountability and to the client, providing the basis for professionalism, providing basis for professional accountability, identifying the role of a nurse in changing society, and discovering new measures for nursing practice. It helps to make prompt decisions by administration, improve the standards of nursing education, refining the existing theories and develop theories, provide foundations for evidence-based practice, defining parameters for nursing, to identify boundaries of nursing profession, to keep pace with advancement in medical and nursing field, development and utilization of nursing knowledge. Any 5 differences between quantitative and qualitative research? They are the approach include objective, but qualitative it is subjective, measurement is a numerical form, qualitative is narrative form, search problem does not change, but in a quantitative it is constantly reformatted during the study. Such design plans before the data collection, but in qualitative design emerges as a study moves. Sample is large in quantitative, small in qualitative. Tools are structured and semi-structured, but in qualitative their observation, in-depth interview. Data collection is easier to collect and more time is needed for qualitative analysis using by descriptive and inferential statistics, but in descriptive coding, narration of diagrams, indexing, etc. Source of review of literature. This had been seen before, but just I'm telling the primary source. Primary source of literature is study written by original researcher. Research publication written by a person who conduct research, for example, research articles, unpublished thesis or dissertation, personal diary. Primary source of literature, so review mostly relies on primary sources. Primary source is written by a person who developed. For secondary source are hand information prepared or written by someone else. Examples: newspaper, book, chapters, televisions, radio, magazines. Secondary sources as documents and description of studies prepared by someone. This is written by the people other than the individual who conduct it. Electronic sources and printed sources. Summary may be located and published like international masters, abstract, international, etc. Following the main printed source that can be journals, then several national and international journals can be used for the research purpose. Next question is interview method. Interview is the verbal conversation between two people with an objective of collecting the information. Types of interview or structured interview. It means data collection in which the interviewer has interview schedule in which they have to be answered. They are also called standardized interview. Second is unstructured interviews. Here we can change the terms according to the respondent's intelligence and understanding. Then the focus group interview is a type of unstructured interview where a leading means involves a moderator leading discussion with a small group of respondents about a specific group topic. In-depth interviews involves an investigative interview conducted at the aim of studying respondents' opinion. And telephonic interview, information collected to a respondent by asking him questions through telephone. Advantages include opportunity for feedbacks are there. So probing complex answer, if there is any complex answers is there, we can explain to the respondents. Then length of interview. If a question is too lengthy and the respondents is feel like not answering, but in interview we can split into a small topic and we can ask the questions and complete the. We'll get a complete means when a question is given, the respondents may leave some columns unanswered, but in an interview we get a complete answers. Then props and visual aids, we can modify the interview by using graph sketches and sample products so that the respondents will better understand the topic. Then high indexing participation interview, respondent personally can increase likelihood of the participation. But the disadvantages include the cost. It is so costly meeting everyone in person. Then lack of anonymity, because it is a face-to-face interaction, so the anonymity cannot be maintained. The necessity of callbacks, because of some reasons the first interview is cancelled, again we have to call, fix a time for the second interview, so it's an extra cost and time spent. Then variance effect, it has shown a demographic characteristic of interviewer can influence the answers. Then dishonesty, interviewers cheat to make their life easier and save time and effort. Personal style and techniques also can affect the interview method. Then type of hypothesis, simple or complex. The first is simple or complex. Simple hypothesis statement which reflect relationship between two variables. Complex is a statement reflects relationship between more than two variables. For example, satisfaction among patients who are older and dwelling in the rural area than those who are younger and living in urban area. Associate or causal hypothesis. Associate hypothesis reflect relationship between variables that occurs or exist natural setting without manipulation. This hypothesis can use in correlation research studies. Causal hypothesis predicts the cause and effect relationship between two or more dependent and independent variables in experimental or interventional settings where the independent variable is manipulated by researcher to examine the effect of dependent variable. Directional or non-directional hypothesis. Directional hypothesis specifies not only existence but also expected direction of the relationship between the variables. There's a positive experience between years of teaching experience and job satisfaction. Non-directional hypothesis reflect relationship between two or more variables, but it does not specify an anticipated direction and nature of relationship. It indicates existence of relationship between the variables. Null or research hypothesis. Null hypothesis rates 0. It also known as statistical hypothesis, used to statistical testing and interpretation of statistical outcome. It states the existence of no relationship between the independent and dependent variable. Such hypothesis states the existence of relationship between two or more variables. Writing a research report. Research report is a condensed form of brief description of research work. The purpose is to present in a conference, publish in journals or articles, get grant financial aid, have implications or recommendation in clinical practice, education and administration. A good research report should have concisely, clarity, honesty, completeness and accuracy. Report must be long enough to cover the subject content and short enough to maintain interest among the users. It must be written and presented logically so that different pieces of research process fit effectively. Abstract terminologies and technical jargons must be avoided. Presentation of the research report must be loose and visually attractive so that it can be interesting to users. Research report must be reflect its originality. Steps in research report are: first, logical analysis of subject matter, preparation of final outline, preparation of rough draft, review, rewriting and polishing the rough draft, preparation of bibliography, writing the final draft. Scales of measurement. In statistics, the variables or numbers are defined as categories in different scales of measurement. Each level of measurement scale has specific properties that determine various use of statistical analysis. There are four different scales of measurement. They are nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale, and ratio scale. First is nominal scale. It's the first level of measurement in which numbers such as tags or labels classify or identify the object. A nominal scale usually deals with non-numerical value. Characteristics of nominal scale include a nominal scale variably classified into two or more categories. In this measurement mechanism, the answer should fall either of these classes. The qualitative number can be used to identify the object. Numbers does not define the object characteristic, only permissible aspect of number nominal scale is counting. Example, what is your gender? That is male or female. Here it is used as tag. Answer to this question should be either M or F. Ordinal scale, the second level of measurement that reports ordering or ranking without establishing the degree of variation between them. Characteristic of ordinal scale shows the relative ranking of variables. It identifies and desirable magnitude of a variable along with the information provided by the nominal scale. Ordinal scale give the ranking of those variables. Interval properties are not known. The surveyors can quickly analyze the degree of agreement concerning identified order of variables. Example, ranking of students in the first, second and third, ranking in the restaurant, evaluating the frequency of occurrence like very often, often, not at all. Interval scale. This is the third level of measurement. It defines the quantitative measurement scale in which difference between two variables is meaningful. In other words, variables are measured in exact manner, not as relatively where presence of zero is arbitrary. Characteristics are interval scale quantitative, which is quantify the difference between the value. It allows calculating median of the values. To understand the difference between variables, we can subtract values between the variables. For example, Likert scale, net promoter scale, bipolar matrix table, etc. The fourth level of measurement is ratio scale. It allows the researcher to compare difference of the intervals. The ratio scale have unique feature is possess 0 point. Ratio scale have a feature of absolute zero. It does not have negative numbers because of its 0 point feature. It affords unique opportunity for statistical analysis. The variables can orderly added, subtracted, multiplied, divided. Mean, median and mode can be calculated using ratio scale. Ratio scale have unique and useful properties on such feature that it allows unit conversion like kilogram, calories, gram, etc. What's your means, for example, ratio scale, what is your weight? Less than 55 kg, 55 75 kg, 86 to 795. In this 0 means that absence of weight. The ninth question is properties of a normal probability curve. If the values are collected, then frequency table is prepared with a small class interval. The frequency curve of data will give a bell-shaped symmetry which is known as normal probability curve. The properties are it is bell-shaped, continuous type probability curve, curve is symmetrical and touches infinity, shape depends on mean and standard deviation, all measures simultaneously like mean, median, mode at the stable at the highest peak axis, total area under the curve is equal. This is the picture of a normal probability curve. The 10th question is communication of research findings. A research project cannot be considered complete unless it is effectively communicated to users or consumers. Therefore, communication of a research finding is one of the essential and final step of research purpose. The purpose includes promotion of learning of new knowledge among professionals, expansion of the base for the evidence-based practice, improving the healthcare outcome by refining existing body of the professional knowledge. Criteria for communicating research include selecting proper channel for communicating, knowing the consumers, developing effective plan for writing research report, careful selection of a journal or publication of a report, careful review of authors' manuscript guidelines. Differentiate between population and sample. Population is the entire aggregation of cases that meet designated set of criteria. It is the largest group. It is a set of people intends to which the result of research are generalized. Sample is consists of a subset of units which compose a population. A representative unit of population. Sample is one whose key characteristics closely approximate those of the population. Difference between validity and reliability. Validity implies the extent to which the research instrument measures what is intended to measure. A valid instrument is always reliable. Accuracy, related to the accuracy, value is small, assessment is difficult. Reliability refers to a degree to which the scale produces consistent result when repeated measurements are made. Reliable instrument need not be a valid instrument. Related to the precision, value is comparatively less and it is easy to measure. Simple random sampling and stratified random sampling. Simple random sampling, every member of a population have equal chance of being selected as a subject. Population must be homogeneous. Entire process of sampling is done in a single step. It may not ensure equal representation of all groups in a population. Stratified random sampling, the whole population is divided into homogeneous strata when randomly selecting final subject proportion from each data. Population must be heterogeneous. The entire process sampling done by different steps. It ensures equal representation of all groups in a population. Hypothesis and assumption. Hypothesis is a prediction. It is statistically tested prediction about relationship between variables. But assumption is basically belief and ideas that we would hold true. Little or no evidence and not statistically tested. Beliefs about the variables is attempt to discover the correlations. Questionnaire and rating scale. Questionnaire is a set of predetermined questions for all respondents serve as a primary research instrument in a survey research. It is a cost-effective method, easy to construct, the guide, the reduced bias as the interviewer is not present. Rating scale is a measuring instrument that requires the rater or observer to assign a rated object categories to continuum and a numerals assigned to them. Rating scale is a measuring instrument that requires the rater or observer assigned. It is difficult to fix up the rating. There are chances of subjective evaluation. The scales may become unscientific and unreliable. Sorry, this is repetition of a sentence. Thank you. Thank you for listening.